he's like very noticeably like snatched. I'm just saying.
Don't say
got a point.
I hate that word.
He's snatched. What do you want me to say? Do you want me to lie to the man and be like, Cosmic, you're not snatched?
I just don't like it.
Cosmic, you're still fat.
I just don't say that word. Don't say that word in front of me. I don't like it. Snatched. It gives me the. To quote the white women, it gives me the ick.
Well, I'm not trying to fuck you, so I don't care if you get the ick. He's snatched.
No scales and you're a loser.
Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. My name is Nestani.
I am Jaxler, a loser.
I'm DECosmic.
And I am Coley.
And we're just going to start the podcast with no context of whatever sound Jaxler just made. I hope you all enjoyed that. You get no lead up, no warning at all.
Real ones, no.
Yeah,
it's mating call.
It's just us, by the way. We're the only real ones on the call.
I wouldn't say mating call. That's not how I'd put it.
Jaxler's mating on the podcast?
Nah, I don't do that shit.
Dude, that's crazy.
That's crazy. Clip it and ship it. Post it on TikTok, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. Yep.
So how are we doing? Sorry, I didn't have a topic teed up in my head. I started going. I know. I just kind of sprung it on you.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, audio listeners, that it was also a surprise to them that I started the podcast just so abruptly, and it's just as it is to you all. Although it's not to you all because you all just like whatever. It's
Did you guys hear about that court ruling where like boneless chicken wings can have bones in it? That's what's on my mind.
What?
Yep. There's a judge, and guess where he's from? Ohio. And there was a court ruling
that comes from Ohio.
Boneless wings can have bones in them. That's all I know. I just saw that headline and then I went on with my day. But now I'm just checking every time I order. Well, I don't know. I guess if you don't like ordering boneless. Again, sorry, I didn't get my bearings all together at the start. It's just the first thing. Like,
no prep
was
at all.
Ovulated, and his first thought was like, food.
Exactly.
Yeah. Normally,
feed me, Seymour.
Normally I give these guys some foreplay before we jump in. I just didn't do that this time.
Let's not put it like that.
You raw dogged us like big time.
I don't like where any of this is going.
Yep. I don't know. Do you guys like boneless wings, or do you think that
we're not talking about boneless wings, bro?
Ah, come on, man!
I'm pivoting us hard.
I thought he was going to say
not the streamer awards.
Take the mic.
The
man.
Game Awards just happened. I know that they announced games at the Game Awards. Is there anything Game Awards adjacent or Game Awards games that have been announced or games that like won? I know Cosmic got really mad on Blue Sky about something. I don't know what the fuck. I just laughed at him. But does anyone have anything to say about the Game Awards?
I'm pretty hyped that Onimusha's coming back.
Yeah.
Onimusha Way of the Sword. Basically, Onimusha, for those not in the know, is like Resident Evil, but with like a feudal Japan samurai skin on, essentially.
Wait, isn't that just
it evolved?
Otogi too?
No, Otogi has a lot more going on than just Resident Evil stuff. Otogi is like level based, or like mission based, whereas Onimusha is very much like the Resident Evil structure,
Survival
where you
horror,
go through different areas that are all interconnected. There's no like chapters or anything like that. It evolved really into its own thing, into like just basically an action game. It moved a lot away from the survival horror aspects and stuff. Especially with the fourth game in the series called Dawn of Dreams, which was even, I think, had co-op in it and shit, but it was just far and away very different from the first game. But Onimusha Way of the Sword, which was announced at the Game Awards, very much looks like to be a return to those horror roots. There's a lot of gore. It's very dark. It seems like very like
violence.
Very like gory atmosphere and stuff. Like he's like cutting dudes up, and it's like very visceral, and a lot of the swings that the character does with the sword are like very heavy looking, that sort of thing. Whereas a lot of the later games in the series were based around just like like sword combos and shit like that, and magic. So I'm going to be interested to see, because that series, even the second game, is a little bit more divorced from survival horror, than the first game, definitely. So that game's never had like a super, I guess, like it's not like one single identity to it. It's always kind of gone in different directions with each entry. So I'm wondering if it's going to play like one of the Resident Evil series remakes, but more melee centric.
Not to be confused with Super Smash Brothers Melee.
True, yeah. Everybody confuses Resident Evil and Smash Brothers. It really has to stop.
For a second, I was thinking like,
I'm glad you called that out because it's a huge problem.
I know.
Huge problem.
It is a really big problem. You know, people call me the problem solver. I think.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, who calls you that?
People.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so I'm really interested to see whether or not they'll kind of go in like just like a action horror style, or if they're just going to go like straight back to horror and just make it like melee horror, essentially. Not to be confused with the horror of Smash Brothers Melee. Again,
not to be confused with the melee of horror either.
True, yes, the melee of horror, but I'm excited. It's one of those things where it felt like they wanted to continue the series on PS2 and just kind of never did after Dawn of Dreams, so it's cool.
I'm not gonna lie, you went on this whole thing about this whole game. I have no fucking clue what this game is, like at all. I've never even heard of it. Yeah, I could have watched Game Awards. I also didn't watch the Game Awards, but I didn't watch the Game Awards for a different reason than Cole. Cole's just cringe.
It's been dormant for like nearly.
What does that even mean?
Years.
What does that even mean? What are you talking about? I'm cringe. What?
I don't like award shows. They're fucking stupid, and I hate everything that's fun in life.
They're stupid. That sounds exactly like me, but that's not. How is that cringe? What are you talking about? Reward shows are just like big they're just patting themselves on the back. That's all it is. That's all they do. It's just patting themselves on the back, and then it's like, who cares? Everybody made a game. Everybody made their art. Everybody made something that should just be congratulated. I don't care. Who cares? The only thing I know about the Game Awards is new Elden Ring, and then Shadow pulled up on a Lambo, and that was awesome. And I don't care. That's pretty badass, dude.
See, he's going to say all this, and then he's going to be like nominated for an award one day, and he's going to get up on the stage. He's like, guys, I'm so thankful for this like award. Oh my God. And then we're going to rewind back to this podcast episode, and we're going to be like, where's the same energy?
Yeah, you know what?
You should have got up on that stage like Kanye and pissed on the trophy. Or like FaZe.
That's what he did. I don't think he did that.
Well, he didn't do it on stage.
He didn't quite do that.
It wasn't on stage, but he did piss on the trophy.
Oh, wow.
Sure.
Multiple times.
I mean,
and then FaZe pissed on the trophy when they won at the Streamer Awards. They pissed on the trophy as well.
That's awesome. That's,
what a waste of piss.
I'll drink a lot of water before I go to those awards just in case, you know?
I think the thing that bugs me about the Game Awards, it's Jeff Keighley. I hate that motherfucker.
Who?
James Keyblade.
Is that the announcer guy?
Yeah, he's the announcer guy, and like he is just so in like the pocket of like the corporate
Not to be confused with like the quarterback pocket in football. How are the Detroit Lions doing, Cole?
They're doing great. They're still at the top of the whole conference.
All right, continue, Jax.
Yeah, so I think the thing with Jeff Keighley is just like the games industry is in such a horrible fucking spot, and it keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And like he has a platform to like do shit about it, and he like actively uses the platform to kind of just like, who cares? You know, it's like, I don't know. I think
he's literally, oh my God, he's like, what's his name on the NBA show where he's like, let me tell you something. We don't care.
Yeah.
we don't care.
That's literally who he is.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's just like,
you don't like Stephen A. Smith? Come on. Stephen A. Smith is lit. I'm having a very bad day.
But yeah, there's people who can write like a lot better stuff on why Jeff Keighley is cringe and kind of just ugh.
The only thing I really have to say about the Gamer Awards or the Game Awards, sorry, not the Gamer Awards, not to be confused with the Gamer Award from Streamer Awards, but we're talking about the Game Awards, and the only thing I have to say is that I'm just going to sip my haterade juice a little bit. Neva won something. Why? That game is so fucking black.
Oh yeah, you complained about that.
So
what kind of?
It's such a 7 out of 10, and they're like, let's give it the award. award? I don't know.
Is it like art direction? Or?
No,
it's not.
It's not even art, bro. Like that. If it won anything, it should have been art. It's some dumbass category. Hold on, I'm going to their fucking Blue Sky real quick.
I think the other thing that bothers me about the Game Awards is it's just a giant advertisement, and like
the Impact Award. They won the Impact Award. What the fuck is an Impact Award?
Exactly. Like, what does that even mean?
Who is it impacting? You're not impacting anything. It's a fucking dog that dies. Oh no, it's so much impact. I'm just saying, man. Like, if anything, art. I have nothing to say. Impact? What the fuck
I was
going to
say, if they had won Best Art Direction, I'd have been like, you know what?
I give it up. That's the most beautiful game I've ever seen in my life. Okay, they could have won art and whatever. What even won art?
What
direction?
did win art?
I think it was. I thought it was Metaphory Fantasio, but I don't
Black Ops 6.
Ooh, Black Ops 6 is going to be a good pick. Honestly, I think Black Ops 6 is more deserving of the Impact Award than Neva is.
Yeah, because you impact people with bullets.
No, you impact people with the storage you're going to be taking.
That's true.
That game.
500 gigs.
Like, holy crap.
Watch out.
What is it, like 300 gigs or something?
With guns in the head.
Oh.
In game.
Yeah, dude.
Out of game. Sometimes.
True.
That's why I like Shadow as a character. He impacts people with guns.
Yeah, speaking of Shadow, why do you have this fucking like moving shadow on your Discord icon?
It's
know
because
this is probably not interesting to anyone on the podcast, but it's interesting to me.
It literally, if anybody uses Discord, they've been doing this stupid thing where it's like, if you watch an ad, then we'll give you like a little thing on your banner. And I'm like,
so this is just telling me that you watched an ad.
I literally watched
voluntarily.
I pressed play ad. I went to take a shit and I came back, and then you know what the worst part? I'm never doing it again, because I came back and it's like, you get that thing for like a month. I'm like, what? I watched an ad just so I could have something for a month.
Advertising does work on you.
People
dude, I'm gonna see Sonic. I'm gonna see Sonic 3 even if they didn't play a single ad. Like that is just my childhood.
What is Sonic 3?
Me. That is the little artist, the little creative, beautiful Sonic loving person inside of me.
Are there 3 Sonic movies? I thought there was just the one.
Yes. The third one comes out this Friday on the 20th.
When did the second one come out?
That came out about 2 years ago. I have a
wait, am I thinking about the right Sonic, the one where they were mad about his fur and then they forced them to change like the animation?
That was the first one, and that was like years ago.
Yeah.
I didn't even hear about the second one.
Yeah, because there was no similar.
I have a Sonic 2 poster.
God.
I have a Sonic 2 poster. I got this. I used to work.
It's not even up at the wall, bro. Like he just has it like in his closet, buried underneath his clothes.
A giant fake mustache staring at him as he goes to sleep.
I'm thinking about putting it right here. Thinking about.
Yeah, and how long have you been thinking about that? Probably for like fucking 6 months.
Are you fucking sleeping under the Jim Carrey shrine? Like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Right next to his Frank Sinatra shrine. Oh, Cole's bending over. Audio listeners, he's doggy style. He is now praising it in doggy style. He's hit doggy style again. Okay, now he's getting
every time he does a bit with this Sonic stuff, I always harken back to the episode where he just like clutches his hands against his chest and just goes, "Oh, I love Sonic so much." Just like,
I don't remember doing that, but I don't doubt it.
I don't remember him doing that either, but
dude, I love Sonic.
Honestly, Cole just has like a random outburst every single episode where he just like screams about something. It's honestly really good content. I should probably start clipping it out because we all know that loud equals funny. So I should just upload
exactly.
Raw
We just have to pick our top tiers better. You know?
Yeah, hashtag pick top tier.
Yeah. I picked my top tier for stream today. And I was like,
fucking playing DMC4 again. And
yes, sir.
I feel like that's just a mid tier, man. I'm just saying.
It is a mid tier, but it's my top tier because it's the thing that I'm known for.
Yeah.
I thought you were known for DMC5.
I'm known for mostly the whole series, but mostly DMC5, yeah.
Yeah, I'm known for like everything, actually. Stand down, bitch ass nigga.
Yeah, I saw your list of games you've played, Nestani. You're really known for everything.
Dude, hey, people have been saying that I am a gamer, ladies and gentlemen.
Dude, oh my God,
Nobody has gamed more than Nestani.
Nobody.
Nestani posts this photo of how many games he's played, and it's like a list of like 100 games. And he fills out 14, and then he quote tweeted it with PMC trilogies, or it's not a tweet, I guess it's Blue Sky.
Yeah, it's a
and that guy's played like almost every single game on that list.
Yeah, because PMC the gamer, bro.
Crazy.
Yeah, PMC is hella a gamer. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, see, the thing is that like I just clarified because the prompt is a little open ended. It's just like any games you have played. I have played more than 14 games, but I haven't beat more than 14 games.
Yeah, that's where it'll get you.
Like I've played a Mario game, but I qualified it more as like, did I beat a game? And like honestly, it might be 13 because I don't even remember if I beat Soul Calibur. I just played it a lot with my brother, so I counted it.
Yeah,
that counts.
Because it's a fighting game.
Yeah, exactly. It's a fighting game, so I'm like, if I played it, it's fine. Like, I've never did a Call of Duty Black Ops campaign, but I did play it for 2 months straight and nothing else. So I think I played the game as well.
Yeah.
But like Mario, like I've never beat a Mario game. Like I like.
Bro is learning 16 star and has never beaten the
I'm
game.
learning 70 star. Thank you very much. Correct yourself.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, I've never beat a Mario game. Once I complete a speed run, then I will classify my Mario check marks as checked. I've played Mario if I've, because technically I beat the game, just not in. Well, actually, if I do a 70-star run as my first run, it'll actually be a legitimate like casual finish because that's any % glitchless technically. So.
Dude, the way that I feel like most people enter a speed game because they're like, dude, I played this shit as a kid, or like, dude, I played this for so many hours. And then when people ask you, like, how'd you get into this speed, or they ask you a question about the game casually, you're like, oh, I don't fucking know. Like you did that with Scooby. They were like, how do you beat the game casually? And you're like, dude,
I don't know.
I don't fucking know. Like, why are you? I didn't grow up with this.
Why are you asking me this? I'm speedrunning.
Yeah,
I'm
or
not
like
playing the game.
People say like, oh my god, this game, like when you used to stream that game, people would be like, oh man, that game is the best, and you'd be like, cool, all right, I don't care.
Happy for you, dude. Yeah, it is really.
We're sorry
funny.
that happened.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, I just want to bring this up because I was talking about it earlier in Cosmic's chat a little bit, but literally last night I was just I know like fucking like 3 stars, 4 maybe in Mario right now. Like I know nothing, so I'm just like practicing just movement basically, and I'm just like doing my shit, practicing Mario, boot up stream. It's like a short stream. I have this dude come in my chat and start talking to me about frights, and like, which is not like a bad thing. I've had people talk to me about frights like while I'm playing Nestani or Fire. Like it's because I've played frights for 2 fucking years. I'm not going to expect people to never talk about frights in my chat. Yeah, and most of the time I'm willing to like engage to like a certain extent because it's like I have whatever to say. But like the whole like the thesis of this conversation was, bro, why are you playing Mario? Why not play Frights? Because you're so close to record in Frights. You should come back to Frights to get record. Like you're like right there. Like get record, man. Come on, you can get record, man. You can do it, dude. Come back, get record. Like why are you playing this fucking Mario game? You're not even good at it. What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Like you're so much better at this game. And I'm just sitting there like, I mean, I can't get better at something if I don't play it. I've played Frights for 2 years.
Dude, there's this guy in my like, fucking YouTube comment whenever I upload a PB where it's like, dude, come on, man, get a fucking 22 or whatever Inspire, man. And I'm like, well, first of all, the capture card is dead, but second of all, fuck you.
Exactly.
Like,
I'm just like,
the more I think Nestani and you and I are both kind of like this. The more you tell me to do something, the less likely I am to do it. Like where it's just like, if you keep like just yelling at me to do something, it's not gonna make me want to do it.
It was just like weird because it was like the first instance of this like ever happening. Because like I haven't played Fright since 2022. It's damn near been 2 years straight. I haven't really played the game. I did play the game earlier this year for a month, maybe 2. But that was like hundo, and then that was it, right? I didn't play it for the entirety of 2023. Like, so I'm like so far removed from like being a Frights runner that I was just like a little. I was just like, I don't know, like why
that guy holds on to his past, man. That guy remembers.
He really
everything.
was. He was like, do you, Mortal, and Cole still talk? And I'm like, I mean, me and Cole have a podcast, but like, I really talk to
you
Mortal.
Know that if you care.
Yeah, I that's what I'm saying. I'm like, how, like, why are you?
That guy is the living embodiment of not we're okay by that is just the guy. Yeah, that's the guy we're talking about.
It's just weird too because I was just like, yeah, I still talk to Cole. We have a podcast together, and I'm like, if you were a fan of me or Cole, you would probably know that. But he's clearly just a friend of Frights, and he just wants to see me play Frights. And I'm just like, I understand that there's people like that in like other communities where they're like, oh, like, you know, there's plenty of people that watch Simply that as soon as he plays anything other than Mario 64, they're like, not Mario, bye. Right. But like, it was so strange for me to get that treatment for Frights, for fucking Frights. And I'm like,
bro,
first of all, I don't give a shit if you watch me, because guess what? Other people are going to watch me play Mario eventually. Like, I mean,
once I get good.
it was funny because I literally at one point in the whole conversation, I don't know how we got to it, but I basically said something to the effect, I'm like, well, yeah, but like eventually I'm going to get a return on investment on Mario, and I've never gotten a return on investment in Frights.
Damn.
True. You know.
Damn.
True.
Just saying, man.
It's fact.
Because it's just like, for me, like, I don't know, like Frights,
God.
I'm just so far moved on from Frights for so many different reasons that it's just like, why are you bringing this up now randomly when I'm just like fucking just falling off the edge in Dark World every 3 seconds? Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I would have told.
Yeah.
I would have just said something like, "Why don't you do it?"
I did.
Like,
I literally did. I was like, if you like the game so much, why don't you just play it? Why don't you just speedrun it? And then they were like, oh, I played the game like 3 times a year. I'm like, nigga, speedrun if you want. If like his whole thing was like, I miss watching people speedrun the game. It was so fucking cool. And I'm like, well, just be the change you want to see. Speedrun the game. You don't need me to fucking do it. Like,
That's like I feel like I remember hearing something about like in BFBB there was like something like that too, like way back before Discord like existed or something, where it was just like the same thing. That's the only time I've ever heard about that though. But I'm sure it happens in like every fucking speedrunning thing though. That's kind of like that's like semi-popular to completely dead level.
yeah. I mean, especially like, it's definitely a thing that like I see in popular games, but it was just like weird because there's like so many like mid-level like speedrun content creators, right? That like have like, you know, anywhere from like 70 to like 200 viewers, where like they just have to play their fucking one game that they're known for, and if they play anything else, boom, like you're on drops to like fucking.
That is tough.
Like 20 or something, you know. There are 18 jokes. I refrain from making all of them. You're all welcome.
Appreciate it.
And it's just like, and then it's just like, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, that's part of the reason I run so many different games and I don't like stick to one, is because I hate it when people try to
put you in a
pin
box.
just one. Like I don't like. Pumpkin Jack's probably the biggest example.
Pumpkin Jaxler? Oh my god!
Pumpkin Jaxler, bro!
Pumpkin Jack!
Kill myself! You know, it's just like that's, you know, that's why like I just, because that's just not me. It's just not me to do one fucking thing. But
it's kind of a shame though, because that's kind of how like you brand yourself online, is like having like I'm stuck in the Scooby box. We're talking about like being inside a box a few days ago. I'm stuck in that Scooby box, man. I posted a Spyro video. That shit has like 200 views, which it's like, that's stinky for me. Like if I want to make this like a job. So I'm like, well, time to make a new Scooby video. But that's okay. What are you going to do? So
this is why when I was starting out, I kind of made myself like one of the Devil May Cry people, because at least then I have 6 games that people will tune in for.
Yeah.
But even then, like, you know, it's not gonna, the growth there was obviously like very, very slow. You know, compared to people that were like on some of the, I mean, you can be like a Zelda person or a Resident Evil person or a Metroid person or whatever, and then your growth obviously looks different for everybody. But a lot of that is a little bit more of an upward trajectory compared to series that are mostly only in the cultural zeitgeist for a period of time, rather than sort of perpetually, like different some of the more popular series are.
Yeah, hopefully. And you know, we're actually going to get a first-hand experience of how much that growth is, how slow or quickly it is.
That's true. Yeah. I mean,
we have the perfect litmus test coming up.
It's true.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Once you get past that one edge in Dark World, man, it's over.
Yeah, once I get to the upper part of Dark World, once I make it past the first elevator, it's so over. Actually, I was practicing like right before this call, and I got up to the above the elevator twice.
It's so funny because I could literally see Mario in the reflection of your glasses while you were.
Yeah, well, I've got to get in
goes.
some practice. It's just because this whole week is so jam packed for me that I have I'm literally editing basically 12 hours every single day because I have a laundry list to do at my actual job, and then for this podcast, bringing back the current a little bit, we're pre-recording episodes, so I'm editing basically 2 episodes per week right now, and I'm and it's just and I also want to play Mario, so I'm okay, I have fucking 20 minutes before the podcast. Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, Mario. Yeah, I feel you on the editing though, because I just finished up editing my first big boy YouTube video, and I'm not going to say that I took for granted the editing process and how dreary and miserable it can be, but now I really understand, and I'm just oh.
Yeah. It's just a thing that isn't for everyone. For me, I've hated notoriously, have been a big editing hater for years. I've never really been that big of a fan. I'm okay with it now. I don't really love it, but I don't hate it either. It's just kind of finally reached the middle of the pack. But literally when I first started out editing, I used to edit Smite highlight videos, and every single one of them, I made 14 or something of them. Every single one of them, I edited it in one setting. I downloaded all the clips, and then I just edited it together in one setting, and then I was like, that's it.
Yeah.
I don't want to touch this anymore. I do not want to even look at the editing software.
If I tried to do it over 2 days, I would just never do it. It would just never get done. And so then I was just okay, I give up. And that's why I never edited anything over multiple days until I did the Scooby Doc. And that was the first time I edited something
I think,
over multiple times.
Yeah. I think the worst part about making a video that's sort of a review or also probably a documentary and stuff is for me, the fun part of editing is adding in the funny effects or the sort of more intricate visual storytelling stuff. But today it's I spent so many hours just laying down the B-roll that I need for the new video I'm making. Yeah. And I'm that is the biggest test of me, where I go through the roller coasters of dude, I am a god. Let's go. I'm making gold. And then I'm dude, I'm so stupid.
That's
the
programmer's
idiot.
way too. That's
oh my god,
classic
we're
so
yeah. It's bad, man. But I just know that there's greener grass on the other side of the fence, or whatever the saying is, and you just got to stick through with that little process point.
Yeah, that was the big thing I kind of took away during the edit process for what I was working on is I kind of in a weird way saw parallels between what I was doing there and some of the game dev stuff that I spent half of my life learning how to do, and I'm I really kind of took for granted that I'm good at the thing that I studied how to do in college. Right, because there were some things I noticed because I was doing this in DaVinci Resolve, and there were some things I kind of noticed that carried over from my game dev stuff. So like the keyframes and stuff like that, and the way you animate things, or the way that you do processing or effects over time, is kind of the same way you do it in Unity for animating 3D models or animating 2D sprites and stuff like that. And so there was actually some carryover, but it's it made me realize it almost helped me remember how much I still have in the tank when it comes to that sort of stuff. It's just the little kind of the little things that you don't know, because it's just
yeah, man. I think one of the most interesting things about speedrunning, for example, is how much I learned from speedrunning that I brought to other subjects. And then it's sort of I used to think I hated learning in school and stuff, but I actually think I love learning. It's just now I'm learning about things that I actually think are cool. Yeah. So it's just this spider web of stuff where you can you learn something from trying one thing, and then you kind of see correlations in the other. I think that's so cool. And I want to make a video that is kind of why you should start speedrunning, because I feel I don't watch speedrun content, so maybe somebody's already done this and made it really great. But I feel nobody talks about that aspect of it. And I think that's changed my life. I look at how I go about accomplishing goals and things like that, like completely differently, because I stared at a Scooby game for 2 years, 3 years. But, you know, I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but I love that kind of stuff.
I mean, I do. I think just quick, just like yes, and that was almost like the thesis of me and Ryan's interview when we did the Scooby doc, was just like talking about like how, like, I'm pretty sure there's even a short on my actual YouTube channel of us talking about same thing, very same thing, where he was basically like, speedrunning is like a very like almost like primal way of like improving, right? You like see timer, number go down, you did better, number go down, you did better, and it's just like such a linear way of progressing, and it's like so like segmented and obvious when you're improving, that like a lot of things that you learn in life are not very obvious when you're improving it. For example, I've been taking voice lessons for a whole year now. I have not felt like I've improved at all until like literally a couple weeks ago, where I was like, you know what, I think I'm a little bit better at this, right? But the whole year I'm like, I'm fucking dog shit, I want to kill him, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's not like a thing. And so you like, but that whole time I was just like, all right, I know like what to do, which is, in speedrunning, is you just keep your head down and you just keep going, you keep practicing, you keep going, and you're gonna get better if you just do it every day, right? And that's like, that's the biggest thing I've learned from speedrunning, is like, I mean, you hear the people say like, oh yeah, if you just do the thing every day, you get better quickly. But the thing is that like, in so many things in life, you don't feel like you're improving quickly whenever you're doing something every day. So like, you'll start doing something every day for like a week, maybe 2 if you're like a gamer, and then you stop because you're like, I'm not really improving at this thing. But you just don't think that you are. And so speedrunning just like, for me, it almost like reaffirms, like, even if I don't feel like I'm improving, I know that I am, right? Because there's so many times, especially once you reach like top level speedrunning specifically, where you do not feel like you're improving. You're fucking practicing the same goddamn thing over and over and over, and you're just like wanting to die, and then you finally like get your PB and you're like, holy shit, I did it. But like that whole like, sometimes it's like a month between PBs and more, and you're just like, you're just grinding away at it, you know? And that's my yes and, basically.
Yeah, I think going back, like, I think it's always important, if there's an overarching goal that you want to accomplish, is to have a point in which you can look back and see your progress. Like, speedrunning is sort of built like that innately if you use like live split and stuff like that. But like,
or speedrun.com,
something that I've like been trying to improve at, like video editing, like it's a little more difficult to do that, but at least I can go back to older videos that I've made and be like, wow, dude, I was dog shit. I'm much better now. Like, if you go to my YouTube channel, go to my oldest videos, you will see just the most disgustingly horrible thumbnails on planet Earth.
That's kind of how I feel with my own first video I just did. I was like, I'm like, obviously I am very much a beginner, and I look at the video, I'm like, I mean, for no experience I did good, but like objectively, if we're looking at this, it's just like, bro, what am I thinking? You know, it's like,
I mean, I think your video overall was good. I did, now peeling back the curtain, audio listeners, visual listeners, I did give him like 2 fucking pages of notes on a shit, but that's because he didn't explicitly ask, but like, whenever anyone sends a video in a group chat and they're like, you can look at it if you want, they're probably asking for some feedback. And so I do what I do best, and I just stream of conscious my shit as I watch the video, and like, you know what I mean? And it's just like, but I ended it though. I ended my whole paragraph with, overall, I think it's very good. I think it was executed very well. I think there's a couple things where there's a couple like bumps, which is like natural, like any video. Like every single video that I've made, I've sent to Cole, and he's like, yeah, there's a bump here. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'll do better, Cole. And then, you know, and it's just the way that it is. I think it's also like, just a quick aside, I think with editing for me, I think like, I don't know if either of you do this, but like, whenever I would send like Cole videos specifically, like sometimes I wouldn't even watch them back first. And then Cole would say something to me about like, you know, the thing is, and then I would actually watch the whole video back. But I hadn't watched the whole, and like half the things that he's saying, if I just watched the whole video back before sending it to him,
you would have caught it.
I would have caught the things. I would have corrected the things. But like, so I don't know if you did that at all, Jax, but like I literally, I would never proof watch or proof, you know, I would just edit the whole thing, go all the way.
I don't rewatch
like,
it with the intent of proof watching it. I think it's the thing. I think, so what you have to keep in mind is me coming from a game dev background, I am constantly like once I make changes, I am constantly hopping back into the game to make sure they work. So I'll like go to the start of the section that I just changed or whatever in my game and then play through it and just make sure, right? So I think I kind of brought that same sort of thing where I wouldn't like rewatch the entire thing, but whatever section I was working on where I kind of noticed where I was like, oh, hold on. Like, let me change this. And then I would kind of just double check the whole flow of that segment. But I think that's more of a me thing because of where I came from.
I mean, I do roughly the same thing. I'll go back before. But like the problem with me is that I just never rewatch the whole fucking thing.
The whole thing.
Because like sometimes the flow can work from section to section to section to section, but maybe the flow from section 1 to 3 doesn't work. Right.
Exactly.
And then it's just like, oh.
The thing that helped me too was when I wrote the script for it, I read it out loud before I recorded anything. Because I think reading something that you've written out loud is and this not even just for script writing, but for anything written ever, you should read what you wrote out loud. I think because it really helps you capture issues with flow. Because if you're trying to read it and then talk and there's a flow problem, it's going to cause you to buffer when you're speaking.
Yep.
I think also probably writing a script for your video is probably helpful.
You've done that before, right, Nestani?
Yeah.
I don't write scripts. Anyway, Cole, you wanted to say something.
That's
right?
crazy.
To be fair, I haven't made a video that would require a script. A lot of stuff I've made are like highlight videos or tutorial videos or
the documentary.
Which other people talking. I just ask them the questions. And
right. That's
like tutorials. I'm so good at teaching that I just stream it conscious, and normally it's good after like 2 or 3 takes. Like it doesn't take very long. But go ahead, Cole.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, in terms of like proof reading, I don't remember what the word exactly is. I do that with videos. But yeah, I ironically don't do that with writing except for scripts. Like I remember like in school, I would be like writing like the most eloquent creative writing story or a poem or something with like certain stanzas and verses. And then the professor would come back and they'd be like, what the fuck did you read your work? Like there's all these spelling errors and like grammar and I'm like, oh shit.
Like, no, but I didn't actually.
Yeah, so it's weird, I guess. I guess I'm picky choosy about what I check and what I don't. But yeah, I don't know. That's it's important to do it though. I highly recommend it.
I mean, whenever I make another video again, that's the number one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to be like, all right, nigga, before you fucking send this to Cole, how about you just watch it yourself? Maybe once. Maybe just watch it yourself. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe do some of the work yourself. Like, maybe that's part of the work and you can't just like, you know, rely on Cole for everything.
What can I say? You know, I love pointing out people's flaws and telling them they're garbage.
Yeah, Cole's really good at. Well, I think you're good at that, and you also know that I do not give a shit. That I want you to just like punch me down because like because like some people you can't do that with, you know, they're like fucking crumble. But like if I'm sending you something and I'm saying, hey, tell me your honest thoughts. If you do not give me your honest thoughts, that's going to piss me off way more than anything you have to say. Okay. Like if you're not honest with me, I'm going to kill you.
You value honesty.
Yeah. I'm just like, I mean, I'm literally telling you that I want your honest opinion. And if you don't give it to
Yeah, I mean, when I did theater and I was an assistant director, that was sort of my job. I had to deal with a lot of bitchy diva hoes. Oh my god, you had to break down the criticism in it's like little baby food. Like, here comes the criticism, and then they would take a little bite, and then you'd have to scoop it up again and take another bite, And it would just be like, oh my God, dude. But I mean, I always try because I grew up in an environment where, you know, criticism was not necessarily negativity. Criticism was another lens at what somebody can, like, it's just another way of looking at the thing that you've been working on. And you got to take it seriously. And you know what? I've taken a lot of criticism and I've ignored a lot of criticism as well. And it really all comes down to what you're making the thing for. Like, that's just how it is at the end of the day. And I actually got in trouble in middle school. I was doing Anne of Green Gables. For anybody who doesn't know that, it's like a redhead orphan story, whatever, lives with her aunt and uncle. And
shouts to redhead Rena, though.
I'm a big redhead fan. Anyway, I ended up, I didn't even realize I was doing it, but I basically was like directing people on like what to do, and the director came up to me and was like, Cole, and he took me to the side and he was like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm trying to help. What are you talking about? And he's like, this is my show. Like, you don't stop.
Damn.
Like, stop. Like, you do not have the experience to tell these people what to do. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my. And then I was like, all right, I got to watch what, I mean, always you're taught you got to watch what you say, but this was like a different thing. It's not like curse words or anything like that. It's just like, you know,
don't step on other people's toes. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, but I'm a big criticism fan, except like there's some YouTube comments that it's not criticism. It's just like stupid. It's just stupid. Like, listen, my commenters, stupid. I love you guys when you talk about like nostalgic things.
He doesn't love you guys. He hates you all.
But like when you say something stupid, it's like, did you watch my video to explain why you're dumb? Like, I mean,
they didn't. And that's the thing, is that they don't. No one watches a full YouTube video, apparently. Everyone just clicks off after 30 seconds. I don't get
30
it.
seconds, apparently.
I don't get it. Anyway. Maybe here's my 10 hat, putting on the 10th hat. I think my theory is that the reason that only the first 30 seconds get viewed is because fucking fucking OpenAI and Google, who just released their own version of video generation, they're all just watching the first 30 seconds of the video, deciding whether to rip it or not, and then they just rip it for their servers. That's my idea. That's my tinfoil.
Wait, that's actually.
It's been going on. I was about to be like, AI was a thing, but like, ignore that. That's my tinfoil.
I was about to be like, dude, that's some conspiracy theory thing, and then I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm in on this. Where's my tin?
Yeah, Everyone get your tinfoils out, bro. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say something about like when you hover over a video or something, it will like start playing it. Like,
does it
a little
so
thing.
Sometimes that puts the video,
I don't know if,
no one cares about this topic, but like sometimes that puts the video in my history, but like sometimes it doesn't. Like, does it put it in the video history for you? Because sometimes it says that, yeah, like if you hover over it like too long, it's like, oh, you've watched the video. And I'm like, no, I didn't. I was just hovering.
Yeah, I hovered over a Hunter video today, and now it's like Hunter. I'm like, dude, stop recommending me Hunter. I've never seen this show. So
yeah, I've just only noticed it because like with the Fear and podcast, I always hover it just to see if Cutie's in the episode, because if Cutie's not in the episode, I'm not watching it. I hate to break it to everyone.
You are addicted to Cutie. It's
actually
addicted
to women. That's crazy.
I'm just saying that I think Cutie's like top 5 funniest people I've ever seen in my life. Okay, like if she's showing up on something, I'm watching it. I don't know what you want from me, but sometimes they'll put the Fear Ann episode like in my thing, because you have to wait for like the intro to play, and so I'm just hovering, waiting. I'm like, is Cutie there? And then because I don't want it in my history if Cutie's not there, and whatever.
Yeah. You wearing a Dirge shirt, Cosmic?
I'm gonna.
Yeah, this is the Dirge shirt that I made for. I made it for the CDQ run. Yeah.
Oh, wait, I think I remember that. That's fantastic.
Yep,
that's great.
We had like 4 of these made. I mean, it's not like the same outfit. It's not the same design.
One of 4.
This is one of 4, yeah. So
one of 4 unique designs. Comment down below if you would like a winner shirt.
No,
we're doing a giveaway of Cosmic shirt. He will not wash it before he sends it to you.
Cosmic stuff. Yeah, especially if he's been rucking and tucking in that shirt, then like that's gonna be fucking.
No, I don't be rucking and
tucking
in that one. No.
There's very. Do you do that thing where you like? There are very specific there are specific shirts that you like work out in, or no?
Yes.
I mean, I mostly have like. I mean, it's anything that just basically doesn't have a graphic on it. I have a lot of just plain shirts. So
yeah,
dude, all my shirts are plain shirts. I'm a cartoon character.
Yeah,
like
we know.
You
ouch.
Wait, what does that?
Guys, you like my new Maisie Peters sweater?
Maisie Peters. Oh.
Sir.
That's pretty cool. I thought it was just like a Christmas sweater because it was Canada.
It is. Yeah, it's sort of a Christmas sweater. You know.
Do Canadians celebrate Christmas?
Christmas is next week, and so it came in the mail today, and so this is my Christmas gift. Dude, I just want to say this is like so. No one cares, but guys, I'm losing so much money right now. It is crazy. So fucking Spotify Wrapped is like, hey guys, if you're a top Spotify listener, Ariana Grande made an exclusive fucking merch drop for you guys, and I'm like,
oh yeah,
and like they did that for Gracie Abrams too. But I looked at Gracie Abrams and I was like, that isn't fire. I looked at Ariana Grande's, I was like, this is low-key kind of fire, and I've kind of wanted. I don't own anything Ariana Grande. I don't own a single piece of Ariana Grande merch, so I was just like, and then I bought it minus 90. And then
was it a hoodie?
Yeah, it's a sweatshirt. And then tomorrow, Pokey is releasing merch, and I'm gonna buy everything from the collection.
Dude,
everything.
You were like
I'm dropping 200, maybe even 300, like depending. Dude. Like I already know I'm out 200-300 there. And then Alveus has Christmas sweaters that I'm considering getting, and then Nerdforge also has a drop going on that I'm considering getting. And then also, I just went on Twitter today. There's like 3 or 4 other creators that I semi-watch that are just dropping merch right now or dropping merch soon. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like Lydia's dropping merch. Fucking Ray dropped merch again. By the way, I haven't even like this is Ray's merch right here. That's her pants. You can't machine wash it.
You have Ray's pants?
Dude, I have Volker Ray's pants right there. I have Volker Ray's pants right there.
What a hustle.
Still drying because I had to hand wash them, and you can't like air. It's fucking annoying. Anyway, I'm probably gonna end up washing them anyway because I just
so Ray's pants also come unwashed. I see.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but the thing is that she anyway. Besides the point, those just came in like a couple days ago, and she is doing another merch drop, and it doesn't look good, so I'm not buying it. But like, I'm just like, dude, I just barely got your shit, and you're dropping another random merch. And dude, everyone's just dropping merch, and I just need everyone to chill the fuck out. Maybe space it across the whole year so I can support you guys. Like, because literally, like one of the streamers, like Lydia, she's actually a small creator, so I'm way more inclined to buy her merch, but like I just can't. Because Pokey's dropping merch, and I'm dropping 300 on Pokey, and there's just nothing I can do about it. You know, I don't have a choice. Obviously, I couldn't say no.
Not.
Yeah,
definitely not.
The problem with Pokey dropping merch, by the way, everyone, is that Pokey is dropping merch with ETNA, which I own almost every single thing ETNA has ever released because I really like that clothing brand. I was pointing to the blue jacket back there is an ETNA jacket, yeah.
That's like
and there's also just a lot more ETNA stuff underneath that as well. It's just so over. I'm so poor. Please help. Send help. Please watch my Mario 64 streams. I need to hit that.
Twitch.tv/Nestani.
I need to hit that $50 payout.
Bro's trying to milk that top tier. Holy.
He's about to start a Patreon.
Like, yeah, I'm about to start running 12 minutes of ads per hour. I'm gonna turn that bitch up.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
Oh
wow.
Boy.
Wow. Yeah. I didn't care, but yeah, I feel bad for you.
No one cares. I know, but see, the thing is,
I'm just joking.
Is that I knew that no one cares, but like I care, and it's just like, and then I also just like bought a fucking camera. I'm dying, guys. I'm literally like on 0 until February right now. It's pretty. It's
you got a moth
suffering,
in your wallet, dude. It's ready to fly out.
Yeah,
suffering from success.
I am, but you know, hey, on the bright side, I'm still putting the money that I save every check. I'm still putting that in my savings, so savings still going up.
There you go.
Did you invest in a high yield savings account at all?
I have one of those.
Excellent, awesome.
Yes, sir.
That's good advice. Very good.
That's what I'm talking about.
I thought I told you about that, but yeah, I did. Like literally, like
we talked about it because you were It was the day that like you tweeted out. You were like, today I looked at high yield savings accounts. Am I old? And I was like, no, you're not. Yeah. And then we talked about that shit for like 2 hours.
We did. Yeah. We did. Yeah. But yeah, no, literally like I think a couple days or a week after that, like I got one. So it's I'm already accumulating, ladies and gentlemen. We're going up here.
Yep.
Because fun fact, I have not saved a single cent of money in my entire adult life until this year. So
I mean, that's a pretty big dub. It's at least.
It is a dub.
It's not good, but you know, at least I'm now doing it. Because
You're doing
People
something.
do that until they're 50, man.
It's just like crazy because like if you think about it, like I've lived at home my whole life, right? I don't have any bills. And so like when like in 2023 I like saw that I made like $25,000, I'm like, where the fuck did that money go? Because that's technically a lot of money.
It's crazy.
And I don't have anything, like there's nothing for me, there's nothing I have to spend it on. So that's why I was just like,
What?
now
Yeah.
caveat, I did buy a car
hands.
and I did go to GDQ, but that isn't like, I should still have plenty. You know what I mean?
You should still have something. Yeah.
And that's why I was just like, and yeah, but yeah. But you know, and we live and learn, and now I don't pay for nearly as many subscriptions as I once did. Because that nickels and dimes you and you don't even realize it. Like number one nickel and dimer is just fucking subscriptions, because you're like, oh, like $5, like whatever. Anyway, I dropped Mango's Patreon because of it. He got cut. Sorry.
You hate to see it.
Wow.
GG.
Mango
Damn,
the goat.
no longer part of Mango Nation.
Yeah, is he not the goat anymore? Wow.
He's not. Well, his Patreon is just like, it's just kind of mid. And then I cut Lily Pichu's Patreon because her Patreon was kind of mid, even though I do like her like thing, but it's like,
Mango, if you're out there, we are looking for a sponsorship.
I also cut offline TV. Dude, if I could get the wine about it to sponsor our podcast, that would be lit, because then I could.
That would be crazy.
If they just gave me a free wine about it sponsorship, I'll talk about them every single episode. I don't give a fuck.
That's right.
I will
You would damn near talk about them anyway. Like,
interesting though, because it's like, well, we're both podcasts, so it's like, why would they like?
Are we competing with them?
It's confusing.
Yeah,
guys,
because we're definitely the ones competing with them.
Yeah, we're competing with Cutie Cinderella and Maya Higa, ladies and gentlemen. We're competing with that. Yeah. People have been saying that we're actually like funnier than them. I don't know. It's kind of crazy.
It's kind of wild, but you know. Sometimes some shit happens.
The ETNA podcast has done it again.
Green Suigi
has done it again.
Guys, do we want to talk about Green Suigi again? Can we just like?
No.
I want to talk about the image of Jax. The image of Jax saying that right in front of Peach's castle in Mars.
Dude, that's an all-time image. Guys, I just want to say, just keep an eye out on Christmas Day. There's going to be something funny going up on the ETNA Blue Sky account.
I fucking forgot about that.
Coming soon.
You know, I gotta say, I felt very like, I mean, we were in a call making thumbnails, Nestani and I was
in our defense, we were waiting for a whole hour for Jax to send a photo.
I was asleep. I'm sorry.
It's true.
Dude, well, but I just felt, it was like, I'm taking this guy's, you know what? I'll save it.
You can't spoil it.
Taking his what?
No spoilers.
Yeah, I'll
spoilers.
save it. I'll save it for once the image is dropped, but there's just an aspect of that video, of that image making, that I felt very guilty about.
Oh no.
That I was like, why are you looking back?
What are you looking around for, nigga?
That's the face, audio listeners, sorry. The stuffed animal peeking behind Jax's couch. He knows what he did. That guy knows what he did.
Crazy.
Insane, bro.
That's crazy.
Dude, oh my god, I'm so tired right now. I'm sorry. I'm running on fumes right now, man.
Hello, tired. I'm bad. Cosmic, you've been quiet this episode. Do you have anything you want to bring up or talk about?
Right there.
You know,
you're philosophizing.
I've just been seeing you. I know you don't have much to say because we talked about YouTube for like 25 minutes. So I just want to kind of open the floor
I would say
and
he has
invite
his
you back
thinking
to the
cap
podcast.
on, but I feel like any thinking cap he would wear would just slip off of his dome because it's so round and smooth. You know what I mean? Like
I'm a little. Oh. Audio listeners, he's getting up and walking away.
You know, after we talked about YouTube for 40 minutes,
and
then Jax made fun of him, he is now walking away again. I guess we could keep talking about YouTube. There's actually one thing I did want to bring up that I forgot about. Yeah, I mean, he does post videos. I don't know, are they actually produced? Because unfortunately, I don't watch his videos, but in my defense, I also don't watch Cole's videos, and I also don't watch Jax's videos. I don't watch anyone's videos on YouTube.
I just see his videos on my homepage, and I don't click them or give any kind of audience interaction with them at all. Damn.
Oh, hey, Cosmic.
hey, welcome back, Cosmic.
What's up? Saw that Van Helsing speedrun you did.
You didn't see shit.
What are you talking about? You got a 2218. It's great. New Game Plus. Yeah, we're friends. I watched you. Yeah.
I'm so glad Cole forgave you for forgetting his name. Or wait, which way around was it? I forget.
Oh no, I forgot his name.
Cosmic forgot his name. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, for like 2 seconds. Yeah. It was cool. Yeah.
We all have our flaws. Mm-hmm. Some of us have heads more round than others.
Not me though.
I
don't have flaws.
I support all my friends. Yeah.
In terms of me, it's been a little weird this last week or so because I felt a little lost in terms of speedrunning, or in terms of content creation. It's not like an unmotivated thing. It's a opposite end of the spectrum in terms of what I usually experience. Usually I don't have the motivation or the energy to do things, but recently I've had a lot of energy to do stuff. But I don't know what I want to do.
Yeah, just no direction.
You know?
Oh.
Yeah.
Skinny legend, by the way. I just want to point it out, everyone. Look at his fucking arms. Fucking sticking bones right there. It's kind of crazy.
Damn.
Bro rucked and tucked his arms off.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm just saying that noticeably, he's like very noticeably like fucking snatched. I'm just saying.
Don't say
got a point.
I hate that word so much.
He's snatched. What do you want me to say? Do you want me to lie to the man and be like, Cosmic, you're not snatched?
I just don't like it.
Cosmic, you're still fat.
I just don't say that word. Don't say that word in front of me. I don't like it.
Snatched.
It gives me the. To quote the white women, it gives me the ick.
Well, I'm not trying to fuck you, so I don't care if you get the ick. He's snatched.
We're just talking about like scrawny snatches, dude. You know. What?
No, but so
okay, now I'm gonna get it.
Have you seen his waistline?
No, because that's not where I'm looking.
I still have a bit of a gut or whatever, but I'm kind of working towards the last to get rid of 10, 15 of the pounds of the goal or whatever. Yeah. So, but it's
which is just not going to happen because Christmas is about to happen, and you know what's about to go on.
Yeah.
Now, some of us are going to put up more of an all-star performances than others. I'm not going to name who.
Well, I was going to say, so I've been playing some games casually recently and trying to figure out kind of something that I want to do really. And I mean, recently I kind of had to have a heart-to-heart with myself that when it comes to something like Otogi 2, I'm garbage and I need to probably run it for another year before I submit it to a GDQ. I just don't feel prepared. And that was the game that I was really kind of all in on for a bit. And I realized that game's just hard and it's kind of to some degree a forever game. It's just tough and there's stuff that's a little inconsistent about it. So I kind of just need to lab more, just get a lot more hours in. It's tough. I mean, there's still never been a deathless run of the game and that's just a skill issue. So
yeah. Well, it's also the thing too, where you want to have something to submit for SGDQ 2025, right? Because that's going to be your last event before you start spacing it, right?
Yeah, I mean it'll be another year probably before I'm just once a year. So I want to start traveling essentially to places other than GDQs and GDQs. If I go to both of them during a year, that takes up all my vacation time. So I want to the first place that I want to go probably is Ireland.
Oh hell yeah,
good choice.
So
oh wow,
I'm But like if I go to an AGDQ or something, I mean, it's also usually like a grand down the drain. And like I love all my speedrun friends. You know, I never regret going. That's not the issue, right? It's that I need to experience more of the world. Well, right. Yeah, I just need to experience more of the world and shit. Yeah. But like when it comes to, because the other thing too is like with DMC5, I'm not sure that GDQ's tech setup can actually support what I need for that, because if they don't capture it above 60 FPS, I can't do some of the tricks because of the way the PS5 speedrunning works. And in some games, it's just garbage like that. So I'm just kind of like, it's not like necessarily lack of direction, because I have like branches and paths that I kind of want to go down in terms of what I'm looking for, you know, and I generally know what I like in runs. And there's even stuff that is sort of out of my wheelhouse that I'm considering, like Fatal Frame 2, which is a horror game where you take pictures of ghosts for people that are not in the know. And
it's like Pokemon Snap, but scary.
Yeah, like it's very scary Pokemon Snap, to put it lightly. And there's even stuff that I've kind of considered, like Transformers Devastation, which is basically like what if Bayonetta were a Transformers game, that sort of deal. But it's left me feeling a little weird, because like when it comes to Van Helsing too, when it comes to running that at AGDQ, I feel pretty confident about it. I mean, like, not for nothing, but the run's easy, the game's easy, like, you know, it just is what it is. I don't feel like if I went overestimate it, and like famous last words, but if I went overestimate, I would have had to like unplug my controller for like 5 minutes or something like that. You know,
it would have to be like a total meltdown, you know.
Exactly. Like this is the same thing that I experienced, like to some degree, with Gungrave, where Gungrave was just like, it's such an easy run and it's so short that I'm not as concerned with prep for that as I, like when I was prepping for DMC4 for GDQ, I was like, I have to be on this game as much as I fucking can, because that game is hard as shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't always feel like booting up stream to play Van Helsing for like an hour or two. I'm like, I want to play something to prepare something else. But I also just look around and I'm like, I don't know what I want to do. So, and then when it comes to YouTube stuff, I'm like kind of the same way. I'm like, I could do some stuff, or I could just not, and then just play a game casually. So that's kind of like where I've been at. It's been a little weird. Like it's not even a bad thing necessarily, right? It's not left me feeling like depressed or anything. It's just kind of me going like, huh, this is new. Like I always usually know what I want to run. And I don't feel depressed over it. I don't feel any less energy or anything. I'm just kind of like, what do? You know, like.
You're basically like where I've been basically this whole fucking year of, I don't know what the fuck I want to do.
Yeah.
And I still
Which is why I booted
know.
up DMC4 the day that we're recording this, because I just like DMC4 a lot, and I'll play DMC4 whenever. So fuck it. Yeah. But that's kind of where I've been at. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I expected someone else to have something to say.
I was like
leaving the room there.
To think about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about it.
I mean, I can launch if you all need me to, but
I had a thing. Just it was a long time ago, so I need to like remember.
I just have such a different
what were you gonna say, Cosmic?
way that I approach speedrunning, where it's just like I like have so much different shit I want to run, where it's just like I don't really know how to. I felt a little. I guess I will say I have felt a little bit of that to a degree, Cosmic, and part of this, like, I mean, for one, I'm like turbo far behind on prepping for my GDQ run, but it's just like
Vane's just dropping PBs in the corner. By the way,
yeah.
Vane
awesome.
every day on fucking Blue. I've dropped another run, nigga. I was like, damn, you can't say that,
Vane
but like,
SR
go on.
has done it again. But yeah, I kind of get that. But more so for me, it's just like I have a lot to choose from, and I don't really know.
Option paralysis.
Yeah.
Option paralysis, as well as ADHD brain, where it's like, if my brain is like, this is the thing I want to do, it's really hard for me to do the other thing that I want to kind of do, but not nearly 110% as much. Shit, that's why it took me so long to get the freaking video I was working on done, is because I really just couldn't, because I just wanted to like do runs, or I just wanted to like.
Yeah. You wanted to do anything other than what you wanted to do, really. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things. It's just a little weird, right? Sometimes where like when you start out speedrunning, it's like the whole world is your oyster. And then as you get deeper into the weeds, really, it's tough to maintain some of the like reaching, I guess, like reaching for different things to go on, like, because eventually you reach a point where like you know what you're about, and not doing the thing that you're about is like weird, right? And then so if you keep, like, I've run like 40 or 50 games, and most of them are action games, and like most of those games are also not going to make it to a GDQ stage. Like, I have to be real with myself. Some of them are not interesting enough runs, as cool as I find those games. Yeah. Right? Like, so when it comes to like, you know, picking up a random other action game, like in terms of something that's sellable to like marathons, or like, because this is not even a GDQ thing. This is also another marathon thing too. Where like I've tried to submit some of these games to smaller marathons and they just don't get in for whatever reason or the other. But it's just like, now I have to look elsewhere for things that I am into, and it's weird. It's exciting in some sense, because I might be able to broaden my skill set, to put it in corporate terms, so to speak. But it's also like, you know, it's also just feels weird, because I've been speedrunning certain things for like 6 years now, and now all of a sudden it's like, what am I going to do next? I don't really know. Yeah, what do? So, yeah. Yeah. I mean, the thing that's like kind of caught my eye though is maybe like OG Demon Souls. So either that or like Resonance. Yeah, that's hella top tier. It's like that or Resonance of Fate. There's a couple of like 2.5 hour runs. That's not a top tier. No, that's a low tier. But there's like that, and then like there's some other runs that I just kind of want to pick up just to kind of do them, like that and Fatal Frame 3, which is like 2.5 hours. They're both around 2.5. So, but I don't really know what the future of those games is in marathons. It's just kind of like, I've just been kind of tossing this around in my head, if you couldn't tell, for like the last week and a half. So
it's really just a thing where like, you know, you just start learning like more and more games with speedrunning, and then, you know, it just all comes back to Mario 64, and then you just start playing Mario, and you just pick your top tier, and then you just stop playing everything else. And
dude, I tried to practice
else, honestly.
I tried to practice RE4, and I think there was nothing more debilitating than being like, oh yeah, I think I learned like the first few minutes of RE4. I think I learned the first few rooms, and then I booted the game back up, and I hadn't remembered that I'd only learned one room.
That sucks.
Yeah.
And I was like, uh-oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I was like, cool. I couldn't even get, there's a grenade that you're supposed to toss through a window. I tried to do that shit like 6 or 7 times in a row, and I was like, skill issue. So,
you know, is one level in RE4 more than like 3 stars in 64, like 70 star? Is that
it
like,
has to be.
Is that more than me?
The chapter.
Are you still ahead of me here?
I only learned one room, not one level. One room.
Oh, okay.
So like the
I'm
first,
just gonna learn like 2 more games by the time y'all get like halfway into learning whatever next game is.
I uninstalled
it is going to be like
RE4,
6
dude.
months
I would be
before I
so
do a 70
real.
star run. I already see it in my head.
I uninstalled RE4, so yes, you'll be done learning 2 games before I learn RE4.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, he's just shifting top tiers. He's going to Demon Souls. And then he's going to pick up the Souls like ladies. And that's going to be the end of the podcast, everyone. We're just going to leave it right there. Jax, is your video out now, or is it coming out?
Yes, it is out now. It is.
He's committing to this. He has not made the thumbnail at the time of the recording. I'm going to put him on blast.
Yes, but it is out.
Okay.
It's called New Glitch Revolutionizes Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver Speedruns. And
Also, please change the title so that revolutionizes not in all caps. Just put it all in just normal lettering, please. That's my
I did not
final
see.
nitpick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I will.
Caps don't work anymore. We're done with the caps lock. Okay.
Fair enough.
Caps work for ASMR videos. But
Does it?
yeah, I see your point.
But you're just fucking saying ASMR, nigga. Shut the fuck up. Does anyone have anything to say before I punch this guy in the throat? Does anyone have anything to say at the end of this?
There's
Jackson,
more that
Jack
works
has a
than
new
that.
video.
Yeah, please check that video out so I feel like I actually accomplished something with my life. That would be really cool.
Whoa.
Yeah.
We're gonna unpack his trauma next episode.
Damn.
Happy New Year.
I might have a video out either today or in a week. So
That's a very big.
yep.
Okay, sure.
Yep.
Guys, hopefully I'll be playing
Just be on the
Mario
lookout for
almost
it.
every day. That's the idea, is that I'm going to be trying to stream a lot more. Actually, when this podcast comes out, Saturday should be my last day of work. So in theory, when this comes out, I'm going to be streaming every single day besides like probably Christmas, maybe Christmas Eve. But
Sick.
like other than that, I'm on that bitch. Mario Gang.
Yeah, sub to Nestani on
And we're
Twitch
gonna-
so we can get more of those merch drops.
That's true. Yeah, please help, because they're all within a week, and you know I don't have to pay it back. Luckily, until like February, because credit card gang. But like still, I'm like, it's still like, it's not great. But yeah, I'm gonna be learning 70 star like officially. I've given up on the 16 star just because I don't really fuck with 16 star, and if I'm gonna learn something in the game, like I really only love 120 in Mario. And 70 is like I think a good starting point where it's just like.
Yeah.
I can get into the game in a reasonable amount of time, because even though 70 and 120 you don't think is that big of a jump, it's actually a ridiculous like jump in terms of like skill and difference in the game. Like we're talking about an hour, because like it's basically like a high like 40s for 70 star record, and then 120 record is like 35, like 135, 136. So it's like it's
You're nearly doubling the amount of stars that you're doing, so
that's true, yeah, because you're learning 50 more, right? Versus like
you're
70.
learning 50.
And you're also
Yeah.
learning like stuff like BLJs.
Yeah, because by the way, if anyone comes into my stream and you're like, why the fuck is this guy going for Tsukushima cycle? It's because I'm not a pussy, okay? And I'm gonna learn all the hardest strats, and I don't give a fuck what you have to say. I don't care if it takes me 6 months, 7 months.
Does this.
I don't fuck with beginner shots, okay? I'm just gonna put this out there, because I know I'm gonna get people in my chat like 1 month, 2 months down the line where they're gonna be like, why don't you just do the easier way? No, it's not fun to me. It's not fun to me. I'm gonna for the past fucking 2 weeks have been doing the same 2 coins in Dark World trying to do Tsukushima cycle. And I have not made it up to the elevator but like 3 times, okay? I'm gonna do what I want. Anyway, that's all I have to say. I just know that someone's gonna, because they did that with me puppies. They're like, stop learning the fucking penguin clip. I'm like, I'm just gonna do it. The more you say to not do it, I'm gonna. Anyway.
And look at the leaderboard now.
I'm number 5. I think I'm still top 5.
what is that? 102 Dalmatians?
Yeah, I played that game for like a month,
Dreamcast.
bro. Hold on, we're fact checking the live. I think I was 4. I got popped down to 5. I'm pretty sure I was 4 at one point though. 4
You're
is my
5th,
peak.
yeah.
Hey, I'm 5th now.
Yeah, you're
See, I'm
5th.
still top 5.
Yeah, yeah,
Only
yeah.
played that game for a month. Hey, can't argue with
Hey.
results, okay? And
It's true.
in 6 months when I'm learning 70 star,
And I will say that
Get top 5 in a month.
the difference between like 5th and 3rd is like 6 seconds. So
yeah, it's really tight. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Mhm.
it's not like I'm getting
Yep.
blown out. Now records blow me out, but like fuck them. They've been
Yeah.
playing the game for like 5 years. Suck my dick.
Custom's like insane. So
Yeah.
It's like,
He's like, that's like 5 years versus like 1 month. Like,
Well,
what do you want
custom
from me?
doesn't even have record anymore.
Yeah, no, someone
it's
else has it.
Proby.
It's Proby. Yeah.
Proby, yeah.
I didn't realize Bro got records. Well,
Yeah,
Playing
it happened
on
like a
the
couple weeks ago, I think. Maybe
Dreamcast.
like a month ago. But yeah, anyway, this
sub to
podcast.
the channel, please.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Give us monetization.
Goodbye forever. Oh, actually, not goodbye forever. We're uploading a lot of clips. You've probably seen them on YouTube, but there's also on our TikTok and Instagram. If you use Instagram or TikTok and you'd rather use that to watch the clips, they're there or they're on YouTube. Pick your poison. Goodbye.
We're funny. We promise.